In an ancient land, shrouded in mist and mystery, lived a man named Zeru. He was known throughout the valleys for his strength, his wit, and his seemingly unbreakable spirit. Yet, beneath this strong exterior, a quiet turmoil brewed within his soul, a restlessness he couldn't name. One day an old sage, whose eyes held the wisdom of 1,000 moons, told him of a hidden path, a path leading to 5 mysterious doors. Each door, the sage whispered, holds a trial. Pass through them all, and you will find the peace you seek. Driven by this promise, Zeru embarked on his journey. He found the path, a winding trail that seemed to appear only for him. Soon, he stood before the first door, glowing with an inner fire as he stepped through. Flames licked at his feet, not burning his skin, but searing away the layers of his pride. He saw visions of his own arrogance, moments where he had placed himself above others. The fire demanded humility, and as Zeru bowed his head, acknowledging his faults, the flames subsided, and the door closed behind him. He felt lighter, a weight he hadn't known he was carrying, now gone. The second door shimmered, a cascade of water flowing over its surface. As Zeru passed through, he was plunged into a deep, cold ocean. He wasn't drowning in water, but in a sea of regret. Faces of those he had wronged, words he wished he could take back, and opportunities he had let slip by swirled around him. The water demanded forgiveness, not from others, but from himself. He had to accept his past, learn from his mistakes, and let them go. As he embraced this truth, the currents grew calm, and he emerged on the other side, gasping, but with a heart cleansed of its heaviest burdens. Before him stood the third door, from which a howling wind escaped. Stepping through, Zeru was battered by a gale that threatened to tear him apart. This was the wind of fear, his fear of failure, of loneliness, of the unknown. The storm raged, showing him every doubt that had ever held him back, every shadow he had ever run from. The wind demanded courage, the courage to stand firm even when trembling. Zeru planted his feet, faced the gale, and roared back with all his might, not in anger, but in defiance. The wind died down to a gentle breeze, and he walked forward, his spirit more resilient than ever. The fourth door was solid and unyielding, made of earth and stone. When Zeru entered, the weight of the world pressed down on him. He felt buried under the crushing load of shame, the secrets he kept hidden, the parts of himself he deemed unworthy. The earth demanded acceptance, urging him to embrace his imperfections as part of who he was. He realized that these perceived flaws were not weaknesses, but the very things that made him human. As he accepted his whole self, the immense pressure lifted, and he felt a profound sense of grounding, a connection to the world he had never felt before. Finally, Zeru arrived at the fifth door. Unlike the others, it was plain and blank, with no element, no challenge. Confused, he pushed it open, only to find it wasn't a door at all. It was a mirror. Staring back at him was his own reflection, raw, vulnerable, and completely whole. In that moment, he understood. The fire, the water, the wind, the earth, they were all inside him. The greatest pride, the deepest regret, the most paralyzing fear, and the heaviest shame were his own creation. The journey wasn't about conquering external forces. It was about facing the universe within. The ultimate trial was simply to see himself, truly and completely. Zeru's story is a reminder for all of us. The healing and transformation we seek don't lie behind some distant, magical door. They are found within, when we have the courage to face our own reflection. The journey to awakening begins the moment we decide to look inward. So, keep seeking, keep questioning, and embrace your own path. Your greatest adventure is the one that leads back to you. Thank you for joining us on this journey today. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores the depths of the human spirit. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, be kind to yourself.